Hello and welcome everyone, my name is Madals and this is another StarCraft 2 England cast. Now guys, we have got a ladder game here. It is between Capoch, who is the red Protoss player in the lower right, and he is up against Spanishiwa, the blue Zerg player in the lower left. Now Spanishiwa may actually be one of my favourite players ever. Purely because on the ladder, when he first came up with his Ice Fisher build, that like I get 4 queens out and I just go gangster style, expanding and getting drones and nothing but that. It was my favourite build on the ladder, and I was exceptionally successful with it. So he's a complete boss man, so I can't wait to see how he does in this match up, obviously. Now, Capoch, he is, well, I've cast quite a few of his games recently, and he's been doing pretty well. He's really doing quite nicely, and obviously he is from Argentina, so he is the Argentinian Protoss player in this matchup, and I cannot wait to see what he does. Obviously going to go for a fast expand. Now let's talk a little bit about the map. Shakura's Plateau is not that good for Zerg. The reason being is because you can take your natural base super easily, but then so can your opponent. And then you're stuck with a third base, which is sort of up here, and it's a long way away, as you can see from the map here. It's a huge distance you've got to try and cover, and defending it's awkward, and obviously Protoss players like killing third bases because then they win. And winning is good, and we should all focus on doing that at all times while having fun. Now, obviously, looking around the map, what can we expect? I mean, well, really Spanishiwa has already gone for that early pull. Pylon block going down here actually for Capoch, who seems to really like doing those pylon blocks from the games I've seen of him play against Zerg. Now going up to the third base, and again, I quite like pylon blocking expansions. I think it's a good move. If you delay it, it means the Zerg just isn't ready, doesn't have as many drones out. His bases are later, and you can actually delay for quite a long time. It's allowed to finish. The probe comes back, and actually I've seen Capoch go for a pylon block of the third as well. So obviously what a lot of Zerg players tend to do is if their natural's blocked, is just take their third first and then the natural, because they know they're doing that anyway. But the downside to that, of course, is that the third's a bit harder to take, and it's also, especially on Shakura's Plateau, a long way away from everything else. But Capoch doesn't have enough money yet to throw down that expansion. He did go for Forge first as well, so pylons and cannons are always a threat when you know it's being Forged first. The single overlord did spot it as well, so that of course is all fine. And as you can see, Spanishiwa still hasn't been able to throw down his expansion yet, and that is really delaying stuff. He has got 4 Zerglings out again. By doing that pylon block, he forced 4 Zerglings rather than 2, which is obviously 1 less drone, and again, you can see the knock-on effect it has. And I mean, we're already up to like 4 minutes, and the natural base only just going down now. That is not great times for Spanishiwa. Nicking up here though for Capoch, he's got obviously up the gateway, his cannon's nearly finished, the nexus is nearly finished, everything's good. The drone just saying up here, it should shut down the expansion now. There we go. So literally about 4 minutes 15. So the third base timing not hugely delayed, but the natural massively so, and that really will have a knock-on effect. Especially you can see already 4 workers ahead, and of course the natural base is going to be out very soon for Capoch, and that means that, well, he's going to get loads of probes out and should be in a good spot, and he's going to cannon rush to third as well. Oh, Spanishiwa, will your Overlord get there in time to see this? It should do. Please say the Overlord will keep going. Go on, Overlord. Go on, Overlord. Go on, Zergling, you're going to spot it. Go on, Zergling, you're a good Zergling. Zergling, no, that way, Zergling, go. Oh dear. This is now bad times, because one Zergling is not going to be able to kill that cannon in time. And another cannon's probably going to go down here. There is a spot. Actually, no, Capoch going back. So that is quite surprising. I thought he would have taken that out, but one Zergling goes back down there. The cannon is going to manage to finish, though. Obviously, the second Zergling will help, but it should just finish and may actually be able to pick those off. But no, a cancel goes down, so surprised that. Obviously, doesn't want to overcommit. Looking here, we've got, well, Cybercore coming down. Apart from that, nothing really happening. That pylon will now get picked off, so good work by Spanishiwa sending that single Overlord up there to make sure he wasn't going to get cannoned. Of course, he did that because he saw it was a Forge first, so it was always going to be the threat. The +1 Protoss ground weapons on their way out. We've got chrono boosts coming down on the probes, and really not much else happening. Spanishiwa getting his first 2 gas quite early, actually. Usually you don't see it before about 45-50 supplies, so fractionally early on those timings there, but that's fine. It just means he's going to have more gas, and that's not a big problem in terms of the worker count. Still, we see the Protoss ahead, which is good, and yeah, we're not going to see much else for quite a while. So let me just say, if you like my casting, guys, please subscribe, like the video as well. That'd be a huge help to me, and leave a cool comment as well. And if you've got any games you want me to cast, then yeah, you should send them in. Now, looking around, we do of course have the robotics facility on its way down. We have obviously the third gas coming down as well here, so that is all absolutely fine. We've got some pylons at the back. We've got the forge still researching. We've got obviously the third base up for Spanishiwa. Queen wise, Spanishiwa has only got one queen per base. I'd like to see just one for spreading creep, because as you can see at the moment there's only this one creep tumor, and especially on Shakura's plateau you've got such a big area here. You really want to join those bases up. He has actually now got a second one in there, but of course that means he misses an inject. 20 Zerglings on their way out, so Spanishiwa are clearly predicting some kind of aggression, which I've not seen any indication of why we're getting so many Zerglings, to be honest, because as the Overlord's seen that, yes, the robotic facility is coming out, we do have that Warp Prism on its way, so this could very well be a sentry drop into the main. Obviously, all of those gateways coming down will get spotted. 5 gate. The Overlord did see quite a lot, but the Overlord is going to die, unfortunately. But here comes all the Zerglings. What are they going to do? Are they going to go for some aggression? Well, the front is pretty well secured. The Zerglings won't be able to punch through there, so this has really surprised me. And obviously, if it is a sentry drop into the main base, well, these Zerglings are going to have to get back there exceptionally quickly. But here goes Spanishiwa. And, well, for the moment, the wall-off has actually been pulled back, so these Zerglings could be able to get in. The War Prism on its way over, and if he goes forward, if his timing's good, then he's going to be absolutely fine, because there's nothing here at the moment. The War Prism, where is it going, though? It's coming back. It's almost seen something happen. I don't know if it was spotted. He shouldn't be able to see it, so I'm quite surprised that he went for that, but no, it's all been picked up now. Spanishiwa needs to go for it ASAP. Of course, we do now have the Observer coming over. We do, of course, have the War Prism. That War Prism's loaded up with 3 sentries. This is exactly as I saw Capoch do against Damaga earlier on, so obviously I'll be interested to see if it works as successfully as it did against Damaga, but here goes it in. Obviously, those Zerglings have spotted its speed is done. Will they get back in time? The answer will be no. They will have no chance of getting back there in time. There goes down the force field, and there's the warp in of the Zealots. And just as we saw in the game against Damaga, well, obviously, we do have Immortals being built behind this. The macro hatch goes down exceptionally quickly. The cancel doesn't go off, so that's 300 minerals already lost there for Spanishiwa, who's pulling back an awful lot of his units. He has no roaches at all, so all of these Zealots can be really, really helpful. Using the drones, trying to pick off the sentries in time, but as you can see, Spanishiwa are losing an awful lot of workers right now, very, very quickly. And of course, those force fields still going off are perfect. Quite a few Overlords getting picked off, and that will now supply block Spanishiwa if that last one gets taken down as well. So that is very, very frustrating for him. And of course, just Zerglings coming in behind this, and with the force fields, these Stalkers and Sentries are able to pick up so many, and it looks like a counter-attack is on its way in. Well, there are still units here to defend it. The cannon was taken out, but this wall-off needs to be completed, and is it going to get there in time? No, but there is a lot of units here just completing that wall-off, but of course big damage being done by those Zerglings, a lot of probes getting pulled as well. The cannon not quite finished, so this is a bit more of a base race situation. Looking back at Spanishiwa's base, the Probe player is doing some good damage there, but as you can see, huge damage being done by Spanishiwa here, but he is behind in the supply count, and of course with that next warp in of Zealots, it looks like Capoch is going to hold that really quite comfortably, and there is the GG by Spanishiwa. So guys, if you did enjoy the cast, please subscribe, leave a cool comment, and like the video. That would be amazing. But most importantly, I hope you did enjoy, and I'll see you tomorrow for yet another new game. Bye for now.